let's talk about invoice reconciliation using the BluHorn Post-By wizard. In BluHorn, you can use our Post-By invoice reconciliation module to upload invoice files and automatically match spots that ran from the invoice to spots that were ordered from your worksheets. We'll help you easily identify what ran when it was supposed to and what didn't, within minutes, using machine reading technology. Our system will compare dates, times, days of the week, and rates to determine matches automatically for you. To get started in BluHorn, navigate to the worksheet you'd like to do invoice reconciliation for. On that worksheet, go to the Create Order drop-down menu and click Upload Invoice. You'll be taken to the Post-By screen. Click the Add Invoice button at the top of the screen to start the wizard. Step 1. Upload. Click the cloud icon to upload an invoice file from your computer. A list of the file formats that we accept are listed. You can also drag a file to the cloud icon from your computer to upload, and you can upload multiple files at once. We'll take a look at that in just a moment. Once you see the green check appear on the file, click Next. Step 2. Show. You will see the invoice file upload and a list of the invoices included in the file below. Please know that we'll keep a copy of the file for you in our system if you ever need to access or download it for future reference. You can click the trash can icon at any time to remove something that has been uploaded to the system. When you're ready, click Next to continue. Step 3. Assign. A preview of the invoice file will show at the top of the screen. This is actual raw data from the header in the invoice file itself. It's visible so that you can see what the file contains. At this time, you can see what file you're working with and ensure that it's the one you intended to upload. Since we came to this screen from a worksheet, that worksheet is listed here and will automatically be associated with the file we've uploaded. However, if you came from the Add Invoice option in our main menu, then you'll need to use the Client, Campaign, and Worksheet selection fields below to find and assign this invoice to the appropriate worksheet. Then click Next. Step 4. Transform. Here, you'll see the information on the invoice that needs to be matched to the information from your worksheet. Lookup type and lookup value come from the invoice. Lookup key values are from your worksheet. If this is the first time you've uploaded an invoice file from this vendor, then you'll need to match the stations and vendors from the invoice to the stations and vendors from the worksheet. Please know that you need to be an agency admin to do this function. You may also have a primary and secondary demo to match as well. Make sure that there's a match chosen on each line. Once the key has been entered for a vendor, the system will remember the choices you've made and will auto-populate the lookup key on future uploads when you have another invoice from this vendor. Once complete, click Next to continue. Step 5. Load. The system will take a moment to load the invoice file. After the process is complete, a summary of the information found on the invoice will display. Take a quick look to ensure that this file includes what you need for the current worksheet. Then click Next to continue. Step 6. Match. Start the matching process by first setting the time flexibility. Keep both values at 0 if you'd like no flexibility to be used. Or select the amount of time to add at the beginning and the end of the time slots you ordered to allow flexibility in your time matching for this invoice. Then click Next to continue. Step 7. Review. The system will take a moment to match the invoice file log lines to the ordered lines of your worksheet using the information provided on the previous screens. After the process is complete, a summary of the information found will display. After reviewing it, click Next to continue the review process. Step 8. Corrections. Here you can sort by matched, found and unmatched, unmatched and unfound by clicking on the buttons above the lines provided. Take note of which lines are matched and which were not. Then click Finish. The system will now give you the opportunity to override anything that hasn't been automatically matched by the system. Here you can see the log lines from the invoice itself. You can pull a quick report that shows you by log line which has been found and matched. You can pull this report in PDF or CSV format. In the PDF, you can choose what columns you'd like to appear and whether or not you'd like to see the green check or red X, and then create the file. This tool is available to help you during the reconciliation process. Now, let's go back to the previous screen where the log lines are listed. To do an override for a log line, navigate to the override icon on that line and click on it. An override screen will appear. At the top of this screen is the information associated with the log line from the invoice. That is the line from the invoice that you are currently trying to match on this screen. Below are lines from the worksheet that you can match the above log line to. If any lines from the worksheet are currently matched with other log lines from the invoice, it will show that information below it in the drop-down area. That is for informational purposes. When you found the line from your worksheet that you'd like to match to the above invoice log line, click the override button on that worksheet line and the system will make the match and save it for you. Continue this process for as many lines as needed. At any time, you can pull a post-by report that summarizes all the information from the invoice reconciliation process for you. This report is color-coded so that this makes it easy for you to quickly identify what's been received according to your insertion order and what has not. Let's take a look at what this process looks like if you choose to upload multiple files at once. When you start the post-by wizard, you can upload multiple files. If you choose to do that, the system will loop through the loading and matching process for you until all invoice files have been processed, keeping all previously matched lines matched for you. At the end, you'll then be sent to the log line screen where you can perform any overrides necessary. For example, you can upload multiple files at the beginning of the wizard. When you do that, please wait until you get the green check mark for all files uploaded. Then click Next. You will see the invoice files uploaded and a list of the invoices included in the files below. Ensure they are the correct invoices that you were trying to upload. Then click Next to continue. A preview of the first invoice file will show at the top of the screen. Again, I came to the post-by module directly from my worksheet, so that worksheet is already listed here. So I'll click Next to continue. The system remembers my previous choices on the lookup keys, so I'll click Next again. If you need to make any selections, do so first and then click Next. Now, the system takes a moment to load this first invoice file. You can see above what invoice file we are on. After the processing is complete, an updated summary of the information is displayed. Click Next to continue. Choose whether you'd like to use any flexibility. I'm not in this instance. Then click Next to continue. The system will take a moment to match the invoice file log lines to the ordered lines of your worksheet and will display a summary of what was matched. And you can sort by matched, found and unmatched, unmatched and unfound. Now, when I click Continue, I'm taken back through the process again for the second invoice file. Up top, you can see what file we are on now. This process will continue for as many files as you've uploaded to the system. Once you've gone through the process for each invoice, you'll see a total summary for all the invoices processed. Then click Finish. Now, you can complete the override process, download a log lines report, and a post-by report at any time. If you've used our post-by invoice reconciliation process before the wizard and are used to doing it that way, please know that you can continue to do it that way as well. It's still there. In need of some help? Click the life raft in the upper right-hand corner to connect directly to our customer support team. A trusted member of our team will get back to you as soon as possible. Would you like to see more video tutorials just like this one? Go to our site at bluhorn.com/videos for more video tutorials just like this one, where you can learn more about BluHorn on demand.